Welcome to my channel. My next reaction is very interesting. I've been asked by Thomas to react to Glenn Miller in color, performing In the Mood. This is a special colorized version with Glenn Miller, according to Thomas. That'll be interesting. I hope the coloring, I'm sure it was black and white originally, and they filled in the color. I hope they did it decently. Before we get into the music, though, I want to thank you for everything that you do, but especially for the wonderful comments that you write that touch my heart so deeply. Thank you so much. I always put the artist links in their playlist, the description of their playlist, so that you can support them if you want to. But I put the link to the song that I'm reacting to in the description of the video. I also put a link in there from Wikipedia for whatever I can find. If I can find anything relevant. Sometimes I can't. And I always put the link to the reaction request form so that you can request reactions if you want to. I don't take requests from the comments, but if you put a request in the comments, I will reply with a copy of the link to the form for you to fill out. That's how we do it here. You got to fill out the form. Don't put them in the comments. So this is the Glenn Miller Orchestra colorized version from 1941, playing In the Mood. Well, that's two songs I've been interrupted by phone calls soliciting stuff. Oh, man, I'm telling you. It's the scourge of modern society. Anyway, love that song. I've loved it for a long time. It is so much fun. I just, jazz can be such a pleasure to listen to. And the Glenn Miller Orchestra was always a pleasure to listen to. And, I was thinking about it. If you recall how the trombonists were moving their trombones back and forth, one false step and we hear bang. So they practiced that. And I was sitting here thinking, when they're practicing this, when they first started practicing it, when they first picked up the song and they started practicing it, there had to be an interaction between all the musicians. And maybe the trombonist thought of it, or maybe Glenn Miller thought of it, but they said, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And we're going to move our trombones back and forth like this while we're playing. And so they said, "Well, let's practice it, because if you do it wrong, you're going to be banging trombones against each other." So they did. And all the other movements that they do, that's all planned out in advance. It's all choreographed, if you will. And it adds to the pleasurableness of the music. And it's just it's a delight to watch them. It really is. I don't know how you youngsters feel about it, but for us old timers, this is going back to before we were born, some of us, and to others right after they were born, and to not very many when they were old enough to listen to it. That's how old it is. 8 years before I was born. Gosh, that makes it wow, 85 years ago. Wow. God. Oh, okay. You'd have to be close to 100 to have ever heard this when it was originally played. And if you are, God bless you. You're one of the rare individuals that's made it to the century mark. Power. Kudos to you. That's just, wow. Oh, man. It's good to do this stuff every once in a while, Not a whole lot of it, but every once in a while just to do something like this, because it brings back fond memories of the old days. And it introduces new people to a type of music they may never have heard before. So, thanks for the request, Thomas. I really do thank you for that. As for you, my viewers, I always pray for you every day, every time I do a video, because I care about what happens to you. And I want you to know what it's like to walk with God in close, synchronous relationship with Him. Because when you do that, your life is going to be fantastic. And I pray that that happens for every person you love as well. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.